Looking for a show that manages to combine the amazing talents of Darkness Latina, Saitama, Speedwagon, and 2B, amongst many other wonderful roles? Well, look no further. Miraculous, Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir is a superhero series that follows Marinette Dupan Chang and Adrian Agreste as they attempt to save their friends, families, and the whole of Paris from its greatest threat, Hawkmoth. They must use their alter egos to take down supervillains that have been created by Hawkmoth's minions, which the series refers to as akumas, by destroying the object that is the source of the akumatization, which returns the affected person back to their normal self. Then, they must capture and purify the akuma to prevent it from spreading. On top of this, Ladybug's ability also allows her to restore Paris as well, which is a good thing because all too often does the Eiffel Tower take a hit in this series. To be able to answer the question of this video, I need to explain how the akumas and Hawkmoth's basic ability function. Put simply, Hawkmoth channels his ability, which somewhat resembles manipulation, into one of the butterflies. These are then able to sense negative emotions via anger, hatred, fear, sadness, or anything else of that nature. While these are shown to have their own instincts, the best example of this is the episode called Star Train, almost always they are loyally under Hawkmoth's control. He then gets them to control his target, who are then given extra powers. It can be as simple as the ability to turn invisible or shapeshift, to converting innocent bystanders to carry out their whim, or anything in between, and is often shaped by the victim's desires at the time. Surely, by the sounds of it, Hawkmoth is therefore the culprit of everybody becoming akumatized, right? Well, not really, is what I would argue. Because, in order for someone to be akumatized, they need to first be experiencing a negative emotion, which is where Hawkmoth needs to have willing, almost the unwilling, volunteers to allow for his plans to work. In order to break down who the worst offenders in Paris are, I went back through every episode to figure out what really caused each akumatization and who initiated it. In some cases, there's multiple people. An example, the first instance I'd count where this is the case is the episode Timebreaker, where Alex's timepiece is broken as a result of multiple people playing pass the parcel with it. Chloe Bourgeois is also a character who plays a big part in a lot of the akumatizations. She is a character who, especially within the first few series, manipulates people to do what she wants, or adds them to her schemes, essentially making them her partner in crime for the most part. This is especially true for her father. He might be the mayor, but she has all the power. On the other hand, characters such as Mr. Ramier and Andre Glacier are easily manipulated emotionally and fall victim all too often. Whereas Lila is a very special example of a character who allows herself to be akumatized to purposefully attempt to help Hawkmoth succeed due to her hatred of both Ladybug and Marinette. This is just to name a few of the characters, of course. Let's have a look at what I managed to decipher for the series. First off, I'll cover the none and other parts of the chart. Other specifies characters that are not included in the list of core names, or, in a few situations, it's nobody at all, and it's just characters experiencing an overwhelming amount of stress or fear. There are also times where you see someone is akumatized, but you don't see why, or the reason is vague. Therefore, the cause is unknown. None is slightly more unique to talk about. While Marinette and Adrian do have to transform every episode, some episodes involve a continuation from an akumatization from the previous episode, or, instead of an akumatized person, in the later series they have to fight senti-monsters, another type of minion Hawkmoth finds out he can create. These are notably first found in the episode Feast, and from then they're included with akumatizations. But this episode is just a senti-monster, so it's one example I class as none. Nobody had negative emotions and got transformed, so it doesn't count. Arguably, you could change none to 3 and other to 30 for various other reasons that I'm not going to specify, but hey, they could have also just been combined into one, so egg on my face. So, let's break down the main characters within the show. Therefore, the 5 worst offenders technically 6, are Adrian Agreste and Cat Noir, who are joint 5th, Ladybug at 4th, Gabriel Agreste at 3rd, and Marinette Dupin-Chang and Chloe Bourgeois at joint 1st. But Chloe would tell you that her being as bad as Marinette would be ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. Of course, Adrian and Cat Noir, and Marinette and Ladybug are the same people respectively, so when you take that part into account, Marinette is actually the single person responsible for the most akumatizations of over 20% that happen in the series, which, when you add Adrian's over 8% combined, the two together account for just about 30% of all akumatizations that occur. So, in the end, they're truly having to fight their own battles. I hope you've enjoyed the video, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you again soon.